Ladies and gentlemen, in this world, you don't get paid for your time. You get paid for the pays you give and the value you bring to the time. Too many people are hoping to be noticed while doing just enough to get by. But here's a secret. You'll never have to worry about recognition when you commit yourself to becoming so valuable that the world can't help but notice. Success doesn't chase the average. It hunts down the exceptional. If you want to be truly successful in your career, your relationships, your business, then your mission is simple. Become too valuable to be ignored. Now, becoming valuable isn't about showing off. It's about growing, serving, and sharpening your edge until you stand out, not because you're loud, but because you're excellent. People will ignore noise, but they will never ignore value. So work on becoming the kind of person who solves problems, lifts others up, and brings more to the table than expected. If you raise your value, you raise your worth. You won't have to beg for opportunities. They'll start looking for you. So invest in yourself, improve your skills, build your character, and remember, if you become more, you'll attract more. You don't wish for things to be easier. Wish for yourself to be better. Don't just try to fit in. Rise up and stand out. Become too disciplined to be lazy. Too focused to be distracted. Too valuable to be ignored. Don't focus on being visible. Focus on being valuable. People don't remember noise. They remember substance. Your income is tied to your value, not your hours. Bring more to the marketplace, and the marketplace will bring more to you. Skills make you attractive. Consistency makes you unforgettable. Master both. When you solve problems, you get noticed. When you solve big problems, you get promoted. And don't just do your job, own your job. Go the extra mile until it becomes your new standard. Self-education will always make you more valuable than formal education alone. Keep learning. Discipline turns potential into power. Without it, value remains dormant. Be the person others rely on, not the one they tolerate. Reliability is rare, and rare things are valuable. Don't chase recognition. Chase excellence. Recognition is just a byproduct. You don't get what you want, you get what you become. So become someone who cannot be ignored. Everybody wants to be seen. Everybody wants to be noticed. But the truth is, being visible doesn't mean being valuable. Flashy suits, loud words, and social media likes don't build legacies. Value does. You can spend your days trying to impress people, or you can spend your time becoming the kind of person who impresses without even trying. When you walk in with wisdom, with results, with reliability, you don't need to shout. The room already knows who you are. See, visibility is often about show. Value is about substance. The show fades, the substance stays. If you focus only on getting attention, you might get a moment in the spotlight. But if you focus on growing your value, your knowledge, your attitude, your skills, then you don't just get a spotlight. You become the spotlight. Because here's the truth. People may not always notice the loudest, but they always recognize the most useful. When you become the person who gets things done with excellence, with integrity, they will call your name. You won't need to beg for a seat at the table. You'll be invited again and again. So forget about being famous. Be useful. Forget about applause. Aim for impact. Build value so strong that people feel it even in your silence. Don't worry about being seen today. Just become the kind of person who can't be ignored tomorrow. You can stay busy all day and still be broke. You can work long hours and still be stuck. Because it's not how many hours you put in, it's what you put into the hours. There's a big difference between being busy and being valuable. Anybody can punch a clock, but not everybody can solve a problem, create a solution, or bring excellence to the table. That's where the difference lies. The marketplace doesn't pay you for effort alone. It pays for results, for contribution, for value. You get paid for what you bring to the table, not just for showing up, but for showing up prepared, skilled, and ready to deliver more than expected. Think of it like this. Two people can work the same 8 hours. One earns minimum wage, the other earns a fortune. It's not the time, it's the value per hour that makes the difference. So if you want to increase your income, increase your value. Learn more, grow more, become better at what you do, and then do it so well that people are willing, even eager to pay you more for it. And don't ask, how can I make more money? Ask, how can I become more valuable? Because when you become more valuable, the money has a way of finding you. Every single time. Skills will get people to notice you. They'll open the door. They'll turn heads. When you're good at something really good, people can't help but pay attention. Skill is your magnet. But skill alone isn't enough. See, anyone can be impressive once. Anyone can give a great first impression. The real magic, that's in the follow through. It's in showing up, not just once, but again and again, sharp, reliable, committed. That's where consistency comes in. Skill is what gets you in the room. But consistency is what keeps you there. It's what builds trust. It's what makes people say, we can count on this one. Not just for a moment, but for the long haul. Because the world is full of talented people who show up once, then disappear. Who shine bright, but burn out fast. But the ones who last, the ones who rise, they're the ones who bring their best every day, not just when they feel like it. So yes, learn the skills, polish them, make yourself attractive, but then show up every day with discipline, with effort, with your word kept and your work done right. Be so consistent, so reliable, that when your name comes up, people don't think twice. They remember you not just because of what you can do, but because you always do it. That's how you become unforgettable. Life-paced problem solvers, that's how the system works. If you want to rise, if you want to earn more, gain more, and be trusted with more, learn to solve problems. When you become the person who can fix things, improve things, and simplify things, people notice. Why? Because problems are everywhere and not everyone can handle them. Most people run from them. But when you step in and bring clarity, bring order, bring solutions, you stand out. Now, solving everyday problems might get you a thank you. It might earn you some recognition. But when you take on the big problems, the ones others avoid, the ones that seem too complex or too messy, that's when something special happens. That's when you stop being replaceable. That's when the promotions, the raises, the opportunities start chasing you. You see, every level in life is guarded by a problem. And the key to the next level is not just talent, it's the courage and skill to solve the tougher challenge. The bigger the problem you can solve, the more valuable you become. So look around. You don't avoid the hard stuff. Don't complain about the chaos. Step into it. Study it. Solve it. That's how you earn respect, leadership, and growth. Remember, the world is not waiting for another complainer. It's waiting for a problem solver. Be that person, and you'll never have to chase success again. It will find you. There's a big difference between someone who does the job and someone who owns it. One is checking boxes. The other is building something. See, when you just do your job, you're showing up to meet the minimum. You're saying, tell me what to do and I'll do it. But when you own your job, you take responsibility. You bring initiative. You don't wait to be told. You look ahead. You think deeper. You care more. Ownership means you treat the work like it's yours, like your name is on it, like the results reflect you, not just the company or the manager or the paycheck. And let me tell you, employers, leaders, and clients, they can feel the difference. They know when someone is just filling a spot versus when someone is truly engaged. That's the person they promote. That's the person they rely on when it matters. Because here's the truth, no matter your title, no matter your position, if you carry yourself like you own it, eventually you will. The world rewards those who take responsibility, not just those who follow instructions. So don't just show up with purpose, with pride, with a sense that what you do matters, that your fingerprints are on it, that the quality of your work is a reflection of your character. Take that attitude in anything you do and you won't just get better results, you'll become indispensable. Going to school is a good start. It gives you the basics, a foundation, some structure, a diploma to hang on the wall. But that's just the beginning. Formal education may help you make a living, but self-education, that's what helps you build a life. The real growth, the kind that makes you valuable, irreplaceable, comes when you decide to keep learning after the class is over. When you read the books nobody assigned. When you study the things that matter to your goals. When you invest in your own mind, not because someone told you to, but because you know what it's worth. Because here's the thing, the world changes fast. Technology evolves, industries shift. And the people who stay stuck in what they learned 10 years ago quickly fall behind. But the ones who stay curious, who stay hungry, who keep sharpening their minds, they're the ones who rise. Self-education is the edge. It's the extra that separates good from great. It shows in the way you speak, the way you think, the way you solve problems. It builds confidence. It builds character. And it builds value, the kind that can't be faked or forgotten. So don't wait for someone else to teach you. Don't wait for the next course, the next degree, the next promotion. Become your own teacher. Turn your car into a classroom. Turn your evenings into study time. Use your downtime to level up, because the more you learn, the more you become. And the more you become, the more you can offer. That's how you move from ordinary to extraordinary. Everybody's got potential. That's not rare. Look around. So many people have talent, ideas, ambition. But potential alone doesn't build success. It just sits there like a seed that's never planted. What turns that seed into a strong tree? Discipline. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you could become. It's the tool that takes all that hidden ability, all that possibility, and turns it into results. Into something real. You can have the best goals, the biggest dreams, the brightest mind, but without discipline, it all stays locked inside you, untapped, unused, forgotten. Discipline says, I'll do it even when I don't feel like it. Discipline says, I'll stick with it long after the mood has faded. And that's what separates the talkers from the doers, the dreamers from the builders. See, talent might get you started, but discipline finishes the race. It shows up every day, even on the hard days. It does the work, builds the habits, pays the price. And over time, that steady effort compounds. It builds strength, skill, reputation. And that's when your potential becomes power, the kind of power that gets things done, that makes people take notice. That creates real lasting change. So if you've got potential, great. That means there's something inside you. But if you want to see it come to life, if you want it to matter, discipline is the price you pay. And believe me, it's worth it. You've probably met both kinds of people in your life. The ones who show up, get the job done, and make things easier for everyone around them. Then there are the ones who just get by, do the bare minimum, and leave others with the mess to clean up. Here's the truth. You're always going to have people who tolerate you. They may nod their heads, smile, and act like everything's fine, but deep down they know you're not making an impact. You're just another face in the crowd. And then there are the people who rely on you. They count on you. They trust you to come through when it matters most. These are the people who respect you, who know that when you say you'll do something, it gets done and it gets done well. The difference between being tolerated and being relied upon, it comes down to your value. It's how much you bring to the table. It's about becoming the kind of person who not only does the work, but elevates the people around them. When you own your job, when you go above and beyond, when you solve problems and bring solutions, that's when you become indispensable. You want to be the one people turn to in a crisis, the one they trust with their most important tasks. You want to be the person who adds value, who builds relationships, and who leaves a lasting impact. People will always tolerate the ones who don't do enough, but they'll rely on the ones who show up, do more, and bring a solution every time. So ask yourself, when others think of you, do they think, I can count on this person, or I can't wait for them to leave? If you want to be the person people rely on, then you've got to bring it day in and day out. Your actions will decide which one you are. It's not about being popular, it's about being valuable. Be the one they can't afford to do without. Chasing recognition is a losing game. It's like chasing shadows, you can never quite catch them. And even if you do, they fade quickly. Recognition is fleeting. And if that's the only thing you're after, you'll always be running, always searching for the next pat on the back, the next compliment. But here's the truth: when you focus on doing the work, really doing it, with excellence, consistency, and integrity, recognition will come naturally. It will follow you, not because you're chasing it, but because it has no choice but to notice you. Too many people are out there trying to get attention for the wrong reasons. They want the credit, the praise, the title, but they're skipping over the most important part, earning it. You don't get recognition by asking for it, you get it by delivering value. By showing up when others won't, by solving problems when they arise, by consistently adding more than you take. When you focus on becoming better, on making a difference, on helping others, that's when the world notices you. And the recognition, it becomes a byproduct of your commitment to your craft, your passion for the work, and your refusal to settle for mediocrity. Remember, the most successful people aren't the ones who constantly seek applause. They're the ones who quietly do their best, day after day, with little fanfare. And when their success speaks for itself, people take notice and recognition follows them effortlessly. So don't chase after recognition, chase excellence, chase improvement. Chase becoming the kind of person who consistently over-delivers. When you do that, recognition won't just come, it will be impossible to ignore. The world doesn't give you what you wish for. It doesn't give you what you hope for. It gives you what you become. See, a lot of people spend their time focusing on what they want: more money, a bigger house, a better job, a happier life. But the real question is, who are you becoming while you're chasing those things? Because the truth is, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. The key to getting what you desire isn't in wishing for it or waiting for the right moment. It's in becoming the kind of person who can attract those things. If you want success, you have to become successful. If you want wealth, you have to become a person who knows how to create and manage wealth. If you want respect, you have to become someone worth respecting. The transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's not about what you want. It's about who you are and the actions you take every single day. Are you becoming more disciplined? Are you becoming more skilled? Are you becoming more reliable, more valuable, more committed to your goals? Because that's what ultimately leads to the results you seek. Your circumstances reflect who you've become, not who you want to be. If you want a different life, then you've got to make the decision to become a different person, a better person. And that's the secret. The better you become, the more you'll find that what you want starts to come to you. So stop focusing on the prize at the end of the road. Focus on becoming someone worthy of the prize. Focus on your growth, on your habits, on your character. Because you don't get what you want in life, you get what you become. And the more you grow, the more the world will open up to you. In life, it's easy to get distracted by the immediate rewards, the quick fixes, and the external validation. Society often places the emphasis on visible success, flashy results, and instant gratification. But the truth is, true and lasting success is built on a much deeper foundation. It's not about being seen, it's about being valuable. It's not about simply working hard. It's about working with purpose and discipline. It's not about what you want in life, it's about what you become in the process of going after it. The journey to success begins with the understanding that your value determines your worth in the world. When you focus on improving yourself, on becoming better at what you do, on learning more, and on providing real value to those around you, you'll find that the rewards, whether they are financial, personal, or professional, begin to follow. Success is not an accident, it's the result of focused effort and intentional growth. We often think of success in terms of what we want. We set goals and chase after them, hoping that once we reach them, everything will fall into place. But the deeper truth is, success isn't about the destination, it's about the journey, the person you become along the way. It's easy to get caught in the trap of seeking recognition. We all want to be appreciated for the work we put in. We all want to be noticed, to be recognized for our efforts, and to receive the accolades that come with success. But recognition alone is not the true measure of success. The real key lies in becoming the person others rely on, the person who adds value to every situation, and the person who consistently shows up with integrity, reliability, and dedication. When you stop chasing recognition and instead focus on becoming someone who consistently over-delivers, recognition will come naturally. It will be a byproduct of the value you bring, not the goal itself. And it all starts with discipline. It's easy to start something, but it's harder to see it through. Discipline is what separates those who reach their potential from those who just dream about it. It's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Discipline takes your raw potential and turns it into something real, something tangible. It helps you stay on course when things get tough, when the excitement fades, and when the easy path calls your name. It's what allows you to keep going even when no one is watching, even when it feels like no one cares. Discipline is the silent force that turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. In life, you'll face obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. It's during these moments that your discipline will be tested. It's when the going gets tough that you'll have to make the choice: will you give up, or will you continue pushing forward? Will you settle for mediocrity, or will you commit to being excellent, regardless of the circumstances? It's the consistency of your actions, the daily efforts you put into becoming better, that will set you apart from the crowd. It's not about the grand gestures, it's about the small, consistent actions that add up over time. Another crucial aspect to remember is that you don't get what you want, you get what you become. Success isn't given to those who just wish for it or talk about it. It's earned by those who are willing to put in the work, to grow, and to transform themselves into the kind of person who can handle the success they seek. If you want to achieve great things, you have to become the kind of person who can achieve them. It's about developing the skills, the mindset, and the habits that align with the person you need to be in order to create the life you want. This idea that your income is tied to your value is crucial to understand. So often people focus on the number of hours they work, thinking that more hours equals more money. But that's not the way the world works. The value you create is what determines your financial success. When you focus on becoming more valuable, learning new skills, solving bigger problems, and becoming irreplaceable in your field, your income will naturally rise. Money follows value, not hours worked. The more you invest in yourself, the more the world will pay you back. Ultimately, the key to success is learning to own your job rather than just doing it. Owning your job means taking full responsibility for the work you do. It means going beyond the minimum expectations and constantly striving to improve. It's about taking initiative, solving problems, and ensuring that you're not just meeting the demands of your role, but exceeding them. When you own your job, you stop being just another employee. You become an invaluable asset to the organization and to the people around you. The world is full of people who simply do their jobs. They show up, do what's asked of them, and go home. But those who rise to the top, the ones who get promoted, the ones who lead, are the ones who take ownership. They don't wait for instructions. They figure things out. They don't just clock in and out. They work with purpose. They don't just wait for recognition. They earn it with consistent excellence. Another point to remember is that skills make you attractive, but consistency makes you unforgettable. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't show up consistently, if you don't keep improving, if you don't maintain the discipline to keep growing, your talent will be forgotten. Consistency is what makes people remember you. It's what makes you dependable. It's what builds trust and respect. When you show up day after day, doing your best no matter what, people will notice. They'll count on you. And over time, they won't be able to imagine their world without you. Finally, self-education will always make you more valuable than formal education alone. Education is important, but it's only the beginning. It's what you do with what you learn that makes all the difference. The world is constantly changing, and if you're not continually learning, you'll quickly find yourself left behind. Self-education, reading books, attending seminars, seeking out new experiences, and learning from others is what truly accelerates your growth. It's the continuous investment in yourself that keeps you relevant, adaptable, and in demand. Success is not an event. It's a process. It's the daily decisions you make, the habits you build, and the person you become. If you want to achieve greatness, if you want to build a life that is full of meaning, purpose, and impact, it starts with becoming the person who can handle that greatness. It starts with taking full responsibility for your growth, for your actions, and for your future. And you won't be remembered for what you said or what you wanted. You'll be remembered for what you did, who you became, and the difference you made. So stop chasing recognition, stop chasing success, start focusing on becoming the best version of yourself. Develop the skills, the discipline, the consistency, and the mindset that will not only get you where you want to go, but will also make sure that you stay there long after the applause fades.